Okie doke!
Hey guys, and welcome to part 1 of the Back to the Future time machine. This is actually a Secret Santa build that should have been built last year, and I basically just didn't get around to it. So sorry Alex for that, and Kenny. Yeah, so as you can see, there's a lot of bits, and the DeLorean looks really good.
Wait a minute, Dave. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, and Dave, where'd you get that wig?
Forget the wig, it's not important. Anyway, getting back to this. What we have is a load of extra parts here. First of all, I got this screen mesh, which is, well, it is fine mesh, but it's not fine enough, because my plan is I've got side glow fibre optics, and it's about a metre long. Now, when I've seen people do this before, because I mentioned this a while ago, but people tend to run the fibre optic along the bumper here, which is pretty cool. But what I thought I might do is take out this material in the bumper and replace it with mesh. Now, what you can get, and I got this from the pound shop, is a toasting bag. And what it is, it's a really fine mesh, and you can see my finger through it there, so it's going to let light through. I need to experiment with it a bit with paint to see if it doesn't light block. It shouldn't do, because it's just going to be an aluminium paint going onto it. But my idea is to carve out all this material in here and then put that screen in. Same with these side flux bands. For the diorama, because this is the Mark II version, which I'm not going to be building the Mark II version, I'm going to be building the Mark I, because being polar lights, there's not a great amount of detail to this, and there's no decals. In fact, the best thing about this is the actual body. And all I've done to prep this is I've clear coated it now, so when I lay down tape, fingers crossed, the paint won't peel up with it. I'm adding loads and loads of detail to this, extra wire. As you can see, I've got a spool of magnet wire which is 100 meters long. That's going to be all the cabling that you see on the vehicle. And I'm also building this up as the A car, because in the first film there were 3 cars. There was the A car, which Michael Fox drove around. Then the B car was the one that they used to shoot at and run it through the barn. And the C car was basically just chopped into bits. So for instance, you'd probably just have the front half of the car, and then the camera crew would be in there when you're driving along with Marty. Yeah, I'm going to be using a lot of LEDs on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mask off the dash and the plutonium chambers and all that, and the time circuits there. Then that's going to get light blocked. Like I said, there's no decals with this, which is a shame. But I'll take you over to the laptop soon and I'll show you the pictures. I tried printing them off, but I've run out of bloody ink. So yeah, the framework, again, not much detail, but for what I'm going to do with this, it doesn't really matter because you won't see any of this. I am planning to drill into this as well, and it's going to have blue flickering LEDs shining light outward. And like I said, I'm adding a lot of extra details. We're also going to be doing some clear cast resin as well. For instance, this top console here, which goes on the ceiling, I'm discarding that because I had a die cast DeLorean and took it to pieces, and I've got a console for the inside of the car. So what I'm going to do is make an impression mould of this and make this out of clear cast resin. At the same time as it's curing, I'm going to put 2 SMDs inside the resin, so all these buttons will light up, and then it's just a case of masking all of them off and light blocking, and that'll be that. Yeah, I've de-chromed everything. I'm going to have to do another impression cast for the rear lights as well, and the front ones I'm not going to bother using them, because when I took the car to bits I had the rear lights there, but they are slightly too big, and I don't really want to be hogging out material on this and ruining the finish. But they're not a million miles out, but oop, I just dropped it. But yeah, I'm going to make some impression molds of that and make my own rear lights. I also have a rear bumper as well, which says DeLorean on it. Now this, I can make this sort of work to fit the existing bumper. It's not far out, so it'd be something like that. I don't know whether it's picking up or not, but so that I could possibly use that one. I also have loads of lights for the front as well, which again will be easily made to fit, which has a nice little chrome ring around them, and that will actually fit just in the car. It does need sorting out, but that looks a hell of a lot better, and then we can get the headlights lit. So like I said, I'm going to be doing the Mark 1 version, complete with lightning rod and side emitting fibre optics. I've got all my paint set out there. I'm pretty much using every colour you can see there for all the different coloured wires, and I am going to try and my best to copy the A car. I also got the wheels off the die cast as well now. I don't know whether that will show, will it focus, but it actually says on the wheel DMC, and it's not a sticker either, it's actually imprinted on it, so I'll be able to mask that and paint these wheels if I want. But yeah, pretty good with that. I've started work already on the flux capacitor there and the Christmas tree, so we've got all that drilled out. If I just get a light source, it'll probably come out a lot better. Yeah, you can see the Christmas tree is going to be lit, and we've also got the flux capacitor that's going to be lit up nicely. I've got Richard working on a board for me at Magic Scale Modelling, so it's going to be like a 3 LED chaser circuit, and then these will be fibre optics, and then it should have the look, so that's good. We've got a ton of wiring going in. The flux capacitor needs detailing up because it's missing pipe work and stuff that it should have. Well, in fact, if you go into the inaccuracies, you'll be here all day. There's a lot of them. So that needs doing. So yeah, I won't be using the wheels in the kit. If we come to, I think this is like the Vortex amplifier or something, that it basically goes on top of the car. These wires are okay. This middle one though isn't actually on the kit, but I'm going to keep it because the wiring from the flux bands on the side of the vehicle, they plug into there and the other side into there, so I might use that so I can do my zip tie to it and tie them all together, neaten it all up. Won't be using proper zip ties obviously, but anyway. But going back to the dashboard, the compass that's going to be ground off just there, and it's going to be replaced with googly eyes. You can just see there, so it'll be a clear piece. And I'm also adding a little radio as well, which just will fit nicely just on top of the time circuits like that. I haven't sorted this part out, that'll be cut off obviously, but the radio will be on top, and then we can mount the compass and the clock as well. So basically all the wiring on this will be ground off. These boxes are too small, so I might just put some more styrene in with that, and also the speed gauge as well. I might see if I can make that bigger and also have a go at lighting it as well, which possibly might happen. But the plutonium chamber gauge here, I'm going to be putting a red fibre optic as well that flashes. The time circuits will all be lit. I might look into fibre optics with the lights down by the keypad. Get that done. I also have some extra details for an exhaust system off the die cast. It will need modifying, but it will fit on the car nicely. I'll just have to take them flux bands off because we don't need that. And the flux bands themselves, all this material needs grinding out. I'm going to keep all that section, and then with this nice mesh here, it's going to look really, really nice coming through, and it's going to give it a bit extra detail. It is a diorama that I'm doing, and basically what I'm going to be doing is the clock tower, so basically the end of part 1. So I've got my little lanterns in 1/25th scale. Now obviously it doesn't have this bit, that bit will be getting cut down to this part here. In fact I think it might actually say it all, it's all segmented but in the wrong place, so I'll have to cut through that and just have the top section. So we'll have our side emitting fibre optic running across the road to another one of these. So we've got 2 of them with the side glow fibre optic running across, and then with the lightning rod I'm going to have another side emitting fibre optic coming out of the plutonium chamber, and I'm going to spiral it up to that so it looks like the lightning's going down the rod into the flux capacitor. Still a bit, I need to add quite a bit of detail to this part as well, but again this will be Raytheon lighting. What I'll be using is a red LED just on the inside, so them little grills there will glow red, but the rest of it will be light blocked. So that should be quite cool. Have I got through everything? I don't know. But the googly eyes are going to work out just perfect, I think, for the compass. They are very, very small, but it has a clear dome, so we can get rid of that, knock that detail off. The radio will be going on, and if I just place it, it's so small. It's not going to do it, is it? But yeah, something like that. So it will sit on there quite comfortably, and it looks good. So that's good. Yeah, I'm going to make the impression moulds just out of some modelling clay that you can just see in the top corner there, which I'll show that process as I do it. I was originally going to be just using normal silicone, but it takes about 2 weeks for that to cure. That I can just press it into the clay and then pour the resin. At the moment I'm finding it difficult to find a decent figure, and at the moment I've got this fella here to be Marty, which we can just add some Aves epoxy or something like that to make the jacket and that. I don't think I am going to go with this fella because he is quite fat. He's just a farm off a tractor that I had, so yeah. Yeah, so all the time circuits and all that good stuff, they're going to be removed. That's going to be replaced with guitar string. The boxes are pretty cool. Now they do need some filler because they've got dents in them, but they are actually rectangular, which is pretty cool because I've seen a lot of them where they're just square, and they are actually rectangles. We're going to be wiring up these capacitors here. We've also got the red capacitors there, they're going to be wired. It's missing a bit of pipe work that comes out of there, but that's going to work out because one of the piping, I think it'll be this one, I think, here. That goes to Mr. Fusion. We're not using that, so we have a spare pipe. So that will probably fix nicely into there and into the back. So that's good. We can add that detail. Probably use a bit of styrene and detail this box here. Detail this tank. It's got a pipe that comes out of it and goes into the back, and it's got red and blue wires coming out of there. So everything basically is going to get wired. So there's going to be wires everywhere. I'm keeping the detail on the fenders. I'm not going to wipe that off because there is a black cable, so that'll do for that. The rest of it will be magnet wire, and I think it's yellow, blue and red wires for the outside. But the detail stops there. Now we're going to continue that detail through there, and like I said, into the top section of that piece there. So the flux bands are all going to meet up in the middle and be joined into that. So there's a lot of LEDs going in. The rear lights are going to be lit because that's why I'm doing clear cast resin. The front lights, but it's just going to be the side lights that are lit, not the inward lights. So that's all going to be lit. The head console, which will be going in that section there, so I'll have to remove them pins probably. That's all going to be lit, and the cool thing is you don't have to bother to hide the wires because it just adds the detail that there's more wire in there. Same with the interior tub, that's going to be covered in wires. Where's the I'm losing bits now. There it is. So that just fixes into there like that. I haven't tidied any of these parts up yet either, so I'll just see if it'll fit together. Well, I think it sits on that lip there. That's a bit weird. I thought it would have gone further in than that, but never mind. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera because I'm trying to concentrate on it, but anyway, something like that anyway. So yeah, we'll be running all our wiring on the dashboard down into there, beef up these boxes here, get some detail onto them, get all the wiring harness done, wiring to the back. I did a test fit of the flux capacitor because obviously I'm drilling right through, and this is the back wall to this. So when you place this in, there is just a tiny little area where the flux capacitor is coming through, and the Christmas tree, which doesn't matter because I can paint them red, blue, yellow, green. They're just cables, adds to the detail to it. And yeah, there's literally a ton of paint there which is going on it, all different metallics. I've got metallic blue, metallic red and all that lot, so really excited for this one. I can't wait to get the clock tower because that's going to be like A3, like exactly what I did with the Victory earlier on. So side glow will be coming down from the clock tower across the lamp posts straight into the flux capacitor. From the back end as well, I'm probably going to drill out these sections here, and I'm going to have flickering yellow LEDs at the back, plus we're going to have a trail of fire behind the car as well. So it's going to look pretty good, I think. I've got flickering red, orange and yellow, so that'll be coming out of the back of the car. And then I probably will use some clear silicone just to represent the fire and give it a dry brush of yellow and orange. And that should be that. I think that's basically my plan so far. It's going to be in a box. So what I'm going to have is, there's going to be an element of artistic license, because it's going to be at an angle like this with a clock tower in the background. Now technically the car is next to the clock tower, but you know, for argument's sake it's getting done like that, otherwise there's no way I can really do it without putting the picture on the side, and that's just going to be weird because it's natural to have that at the back. So it's going to have a thunder and lightning board just like the Victory, and yeah, a lot of special effects. I'm even going so far as the little green missiles that go at this side of the vehicle. It actually has pipes coming out of the ends of these which go into this box here just on the side. They fit in there. These also have spring wires as well. There's 2 on each, so we'll be replicating that. We also have the red capacitors as well. They've got about 6 wires coming off each one of those. I don't think that's going to be realistic with a scale, but then again we'll see how it goes, because I can twist the cables together once they're painted, so, which they are in the film as well. So yeah, we're going to base it on the A car, do the final scene where it's just at the point of going back in time, or in that case forward in time to 1985. And yeah, I think we'll go over to the laptop now and I'll show you some of the reference pictures that I've got going on. So I'll catch you in a bit. guys, thanks for watching. I have to say a special thank you to Mike Solo, who did all the voices for us on the video there. Go check his channel out, and it's called Eomon Custom Models. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Woo! First take. See you later, guys.
Now, you know something, Doc? I might be punchy, but I ain't stupid. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?